All right, what's up, everybody? So stay with us today. We're going to be actually filming a 1995 Ford F-250. Now, what makes this Ford truck kind of cool is it's got the 7.3 liter Power Stroke diesel under the hood. And from what I've been told by a few people, and I've been looking on the internet here, is that if you were gonna go out and purchase yourself an older Ford truck, the one to get, if you're looking at diesels, is the one with the 7.3 liter diesel. So we actually got a little backstory on the truck. About 3 years ago, the truck was out here for sale at Southern Motor Company. A young man and his mother came up to the store, and this young man wanted that truck. And needless to say, he bought it. 3 years later, I'd say about 2.5, 3 weeks ago, he comes up to the store here. He says, I want to see if y'all would consider buying the truck back from me. Why do you want to sell your truck, man? Well, I just haven't been using it like I wanted to. And there it is. It's pulling in. I mean, it's such a cool truck. You can hear that diesel motor rolling in. It's really cool. All right, as you just saw, everybody, the truck fires right up. So what you're looking at here is a 1995 Ford F-250 XLT Power Stroke diesel. This is the truck of the trucks that you probably wanted back in 1995. Now consider, today we're in 2021 and it's out here for sale. You know, first off, it's not going to be too easy to go out there and find yourself something like this right now. Because in many cases, if you find something like this right now, it's either going to be redone all over completely with new paint, new interior, just totally all done over, right? And then it's going to have a price tag on it that is probably more than you might want to spend, right? So you got that option if you find one. Or you find one like this that needs some love, but at the same time, it runs good, still looks good, and you can actually buy it and drive it just like it is. And then if you want to fix it up even more, have at it, right? So what are some of the perks of this truck here? Other than you got it, the diesel engine, right? Well, it's a long bed. Yes. And boy, oh boy, it's a long bed. It has 2 new Ironman radial tires on the back. Plenty of tread on the tires. That's definitely a positive thing for you right there. So 2 good tires in the back. Let's take a quick look at the tires in the front. They're the same brand and actually not too bad. Still a pretty decent amount of tread on those, but not new, okay? What else? I like the little side step there to get into the truck. It really isn't that high off the ground though, if you think about it. Yes, it is an extended cab. Doesn't have back doors that open up, but it is extended. It does have the toolbox. It also has a back window that can be opened and closed. What else? It's got a 5th wheel hookup back here if you need to do that, right? So there you have it. Believe it or not, this will haul some heavy duty equipment. It'll haul the 5th wheel, it'll haul the RV, whatever need be. It does have the tow package back there. What's another benefit of this truck? It's got cold AC. We just made sure of that. And yeah, the air conditioning system on the truck is running well. You may be asking to yourself, how much money for a 95 F-250 with 300,000 miles? $5,500, okay? That's what it's gonna cost you to get it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the inside. There's your back seats. Look at that. It's actually got a wooden console, a CB radio, and it does work, folks, believe it or not, and even a radar system, a Pioneer head unit, a dash, 3 keys, and again, it runs. We even got a nice set of floor mats in there. and it's actually, for the most part, pretty darn clean. The windows work as well, and it's comfortable to sit in and drive. So with that being said, let's hop in. Let's take her for a ride. All right. Let's see how she does on first crank. Look at that. That's pretty cool. All right, I'm in. Got some fighter jets flying around over there, making a little ruckus, which is perfectly fine. You got some switches here, okay? One of those switches actually cuts on the CB radio. But again, the AC is blowing cold. I like it. Let's go run it down the road real quick and see how she drives. Stay with us. You know, it actually is really kind of comfortable just sitting here in the driver's seat of the 95 F-250 diesel. I mean, this thing's actually pretty comfortable. I mean, yeah, we could put some seat covers on it with a little more padding. That definitely would be pretty awesome. But I kind of like sitting in the driver's seat. I got plenty of headroom, plenty of sideways shoulder room, and plenty of leg room down here to get the job done on the roads. And it's got enough room from a lady to sit here with me, if I had a lady to do that with, and go on a trip. So there's the mileage right there. Actually, according to the odometer, 388,873. One thing we do know is diesel motors supposedly are the type of engines that you can put 1,000,000 miles on. Now, y'all got to see this. Here's another old school F-Series truck sitting over here getting worked on. I bet it's not a diesel though. It's probably a gas one, that red one right there. Yep, you know, just something about a man and his Ford tough truck. That's just an old school XLT model. Tell you, that motor just gets up and does what it should do. I mean, I'm hitting the gas down and taking it for a spin. Looks like he's got a bag of ice. He's ready to have some drinks and have a good time tonight. I like it. Man, feels good. AC's blowing cold. Driving a diesel. We always give her a little test drive. There's a Ford Lightning right there. Check that out. Let's scoot across. Man, this puppy runs. So, you know, I was telling a story earlier before Mr. Chris pulled in at the dealership with the truck about a young man that actually bought the truck from us. And anyways, basically, he was a very young fella. He's probably, 19, 20 years old, but there's no particular reason on why he technically didn't want the truck anymore. He just didn't really use it for what it's intended to be used for. He liked the look of it, and he thought it would be interesting to say, hey, I have a Ford F-250 diesel truck. You know, sometimes we get online and we look at pictures on Instagram and all these different things, and we get excited about things and want to be able to do similar things that other people do with vehicles. And, unfortunately, reality kind of set in for him after a few years of owning this truck. And he just realized he didn't have the funds to be able to do what he wanted to do with this truck. Put the lift on it, the big tires, really kind of turn this into what he wanted to turn it into. So he traded it, or he sold it to us, and he's taking the cash and he's saving up to get him something, just a regular car to get back and forth to work. One thing's for sure, I do appreciate the young man having a passion, wanting to do those things, and actually getting out there and getting a truck like this. Maybe in the future he'll be able to do that. All right, guys, stay with me. I'm gonna pop the hood. Let's take a look at that 7.3. All right, looks like we got a sleeper over there. He found him a good spot to sleep at. And, you know, that's something that we kind of, you know, have a lot of here in the North Charleston area. Is a lot of folks that are homeless, just trying to find a spot to lay down their head at and get a little rest. That's actually a pretty good spot because he's got an awning, got some shade, and, you know, he doesn't have to worry about getting wet if it's raining. But at the same time, you know, it's kind of sad to see people just sleeping around like that. You know, what happened in that guy's lifetime to cause him to not have a home or not have a job or not have the things he needs to have to be a man to provide for himself. So, you know, let's hope that we don't, you know, let's hope that whoever's watching one day can realize that you don't need to get those you don't need to get yourself into those types of situations. And believe it or not, folks, it doesn't take much. So be careful on the decisions you make in life. All right, so you can really hear the sounds of the 7.3 diesel behind me here. Let's kind of walk up and you can see what I'm talking about. This is that old diesel sound a lot of people remember. Listen. Yeah, that's the sound of it. All right, let's have a look at it. All right, here it is. You can hear the AC compressor cutting on, cutting off. It actually looks pretty good under here. Not too bad. And right here, 500 HP, 7.3 diesel, came in the house, 2019. Anyways. Old solid truck. Let's have a look underneath. That's always important. I mean, it's a 95. We're in 2021. It's got some age. You know, nobody's ever going to say it doesn't have corrosion or some kind of rust underneath. But doesn't look horrible. And let's keep looking. There you go. Really just kind of dirty. That's it. Just got a lot of sand and stuff under there. But it's about what you would expect out of a 95 truck like this. It's a workhorse. Anyways, still solid for sure. Yeah. That's solid. Yes, sirree, Bob. Oh, that's when tailgates where a man had to have some muscle. You gotta have some biceps to be able to manhandle that. Or some forearm, you know. Anyways, us guys nowadays, us little computer typers, you know. And computer typers and laptop holders and, or in my situation, camera operator. All right. Well, I think you've got to get a little more out of me than you have lately on a video, so I hope you enjoy it. Let's take it on back down to Southern Motor Company. Take a few pictures of her and get her ready to market this truck. Put it online to sell. So you think about it for a moment, you're like, wow, 5,500. Well, let me tell you, folks, don't call the dealership saying, hey, I'm going to offer you 25, 35, 45. The price is 5,500. We're sticking to it. There will be not any discounting at all. So, again, 5,500 is the price. And boy, oh boy, this thing scoots, as you're seeing. Boy, it rides good. Seriously, guys and girls, go find you a truck like this for less than 5,500 if you want. But you just found one that gets up and boogies. All right, everybody, come see me, Seller Motor Company. We're here to help you. We got the cars, we got the stars, we got the people. And we're ready to make the steeples. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Facebook. And you got it. Continue watching on YouTube. Thanks, everybody. Have a blessed day, and God bless America.